Good evening. Good evening and congratulations to members of the graduate class of 2017. To each of you, to your families, and to our special guests, I am honored to join Chairman Mullen in welcoming you to WPI's Graduate Commencement Ceremony. This celebration for our master's and doctoral students is a fairly new tradition. In fact, this is only the second year that we have dedicated an entire commencement to you, our graduate students. Yeah. Yet I am confident in saying that it's already woven into the fabric of our institution because it provides us the opportunity to recognize the importance and prominence of our graduate programs, to honor the vital role research and discovery plays in our work, and to celebrate those of you who have devoted significant time and effort to continue your education and reach this exciting milestone. This year, we will confer nearly 800 graduate degrees, including Masters of Science, Masters of Engineering, and MBAs. And in a new record this year, WPI will award almost 50 PhDs. Yeah. And 36 of those candidates are here with us today. Wow, that is a long way from the first graduate class from WPI, which consisted of 5 young men who first received graduate degrees from here in 1898, almost 120 years ago. And the diversity of tonight's graduates is a long way from how things were when one of our honorees completed her degree here. The year was 1957, 60 years ago, when one woman, WPI's first ever, completed all the requirements to earn her master's degree. But yeah. But Audrey Carlin hadn't quite completed another momentous achievement, because when she should have been the first woman to walk across a commencement stage like this one at WPI, she was well into her 9th month of pregnancy. And so she opted not to join her fellow classmates at commencement to receive her diploma. It just wasn't done, she said. Well, I'm proud to say we're going to fix that tonight, because Audrey Carlin joins us here as an esteemed member of the Platform Party. Yes, she is right here on the stage with us. And it will give me great pleasure to hood her for an honorary degree a bit later this evening. And we've even given her an upgrade. It will be an honorary doctorate. And I won't give away the rest of her story, but okay, maybe a little for emphasis. It makes me so proud of the institution that we were then and are now that Audrey recalls that the professors didn't care that she was not a male student. It was only about the work at hand. And while it would be more than a decade before the seeds of project-based learning took full root here through the great WPI plan, here's a cool fact. Audrey's master's project was the first computer science project at WPI. She studied the electromagnetic scattering properties of spheroids using a massive IBM 650 console, IBM's first commercial business computer. It was a real-world project to solve a problem inspired by an industry need. Sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it? We all stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, and Audrey's story of advancing her own education while meeting a real-world need still rings true today. And today, we are so proud of each of you. Your paths to receiving the degrees we will confer are as diverse as the degrees you will accept. Some of you recognize the importance of completing a master's even as you are working on your undergraduate degree with us. For these students, this is your second degree from WPI, and we're proud to have you as double alumni. We have many students who are receiving graduate degrees through our corporate and professional education programs, often in collaboration with your employers. I'm especially proud that WPI has partnered with companies, local and global, to enable their employees to be lifelong learners, something so critical for success in today's dynamic world. And then there are our PhD students, who today will receive the ultimate academic credential, the doctorate. These students have dedicated years of their lives to discovery and exploration at the forefront of intellectual endeavor. They each complete and defend a complex original research project, which brings to light knowledge never before known. PhD students, you are true groundbreakers. In fact, I hope you have all had the opportunity to experience the pure joy of discovery during your time here. As my faculty colleagues seated on the stage here know, there's nothing like it. I often think back in my own history to a moment during my postdoctoral work at UCLA. We were working on understanding the environment on, where else, Mars, using very difficult microscopic chemical measurements on some really rare meteorites. It's actually kind of a long story, kind of a boring story, but it was really hard. Suffice it to say, I had worked for more than a year to develop new measurement techniques and generate data in the lab. Sleepless nights, weekends, months of things not working. I'm just guessing some of this sounds familiar to our PhD students especially. Many days I was convinced that my career was actually over. And then once I finally had the raw data from the lab, triumph, I had to do the data reduction. I had to correct for all the instrumental effects in just the right way, painstaking calculations. And then came the moment of truth, plotting the two critical measurements against each other to see if there was a correlation. A correlation, and there would be a scientific explanation for what we were seeing. And none meant that I had just wasted a year of my life. To this day, I can recall what it felt like to have my right index finger on the mouse button just before I clicked it to make the plot. I can literally go back there in my head and feel it. My heart was racing. Whoever thinks research is the passionless pursuit of facts is downright wrong. Research is the passionate pursuit of new knowledge. And my pursuit came down to this one mouse click. I actually closed my eyes and click. There was a correlation. Science prevailed. Whew. Never has a data plot been shown to so many people who didn't give a darn about it in the history of science. I carried this plot around with me for days. I ran up and down the hallway at UCLA with it. I brought it out for a beer that night and showed it to people at the bar. That was a true moment of discovery. And I remember appreciating it at the time. The idea of breaking new ground, of having an impact on a field of study. And today, as I look out at all of you, I am struck most by the amazing potential for breaking new ground that I see here in front of me. And so on this auspicious occasion, and with a very bright future ahead for all of you, I urge you to be bold and think big. I can't know where you will be in 10 or 20 years' time, but I do know this. In true WPI fashion, you will be groundbreakers. You will make an impact. As I close, I leave you with two more requests. I challenge you to focus not only on boldly grasping opportunities, but also on taking responsibility. With this education and your capabilities, we know that you will do well in your career and do well for your families. My charge to you, graduate class of 2017, is that you also be sure to do good for your community, for the nation, for the planet. Your WPI education has prepared you to make an impact on a much broader stage, and so apply what you have learned for good. I, for one, can't wait to see what you achieve. And second, I ask you to stay connected with us here at WPI. Help us continue to elevate this place. Help spread the word about what's happening here. Share with others what you got out of your experience, and come back to campus on occasion and share your story with our current students. You are a part of the WPI family forever, and it's this family that makes WPI so special. Our family is on the rise, and we want you with us always. Congratulations once again, and best wishes to all of you, the great graduate class of 2017. Thank you.